we will learn how to use sqldf function or sqldf function in R. Let me set up my working directory and import the files which I will be using in the video. So right now there are two files. One is sales data, which consists of daily sales data of a supermarket. So here first column is the date, second column is the store ID, third column is your category ID, then sales and number of units sold of that particular category in say store 1, right? So this consists of 20 record for each store and category. So there are 4 weeks of data present in this file. Next is the date map. Date map is basically a mapping of date to week, right? So for each week there are 7 dates, right? So right now I'm checking what are the names present in the files, right? So for example, daily sales data consists of 5 variables and date map consists of 2 variables. Now in order to use sqldf function, you first need to install this package and then load this package. Right now this package is already installed, so I'm skipping this step and just loading my package. Now the ask is to aggregate the data from daily level, which is present in daily sales data file, to a weekly level for each store and category, right? So the advantage of using sqldf function is that you can write the entire SQL query inside this function. And so function to write this query is sqldf, just like the name of the package. And then in quotes, you just have to write the entire SQL query which you use to write in your SQL Server or SAS, right? So first we are writing the select statement, select distinct the levels which are present in the data, right? Or the levels which you want to be there in your final data. So I want the data at store, category and week level, and I want the sum of sales as weekly sales, sum of units sold as weekly units sold, right? And these data sets, or the A is basically from daily sales data, which I have used as A. I'm doing an inner join of date map, right, which consists of day to or date to week mapping as B, and then I'm joining on the unique key, which is date, which is present in both the files. And then in order to aggregate the data, I am doing a group by at what level? The level at which I want the data finally, which is this level, right? So this is group by week store category, and in order by statement I want data of each store and category and then week, right? So for example, store 1 category A, then there are 4 weeks, and then for each week there is sales and unit sold numbers. So I'm just executing this code. Here are the numbers. So you have week store 1 category A. There are 2 categories in each store. Their weekly sales and weekly units sold. Similarly, you can do average weekly sales as well using average function for sales and units sold instead of sum function. You can write just average here instead of sum. You can execute this query. You can just execute this query to get the average weekly sales data. This is your average weekly sales data. So for example, for store 1 category A in week 10, this is your average weekly sales, and this is your average weekly unit sold. That's all for today's class. Thank you.